We are called the African American Drum Culture, and we are a drum group that create rhythms that reflect the African American experience. So what you're about to experience today is rhythms that reflect the transatlantic slave trade, all the way through the arrival of to this country, and through the civil rights movement, all the way up to our current time. So just for a moment, can you imagine what it's like to, the name of this rhythm is called I Want to Go Home. And so can you imagine what it feels like for somebody to come into your home and take you out of your home and take you across the world? And each generation after you is born in another land, participating in slavery for 400 years. All of us have experienced being out and about, and we just want to go home, because that's our safe place. That's our comfortable space. So the name of this rhythm is called I Want to Go Home. So that song reflects going across the water. And can you imagine being on the ship and jumping ship just because you want to go home? And can you imagine the conditions that they had to endure on that ship? And then once they arrived to the land that they didn't want to be in because they wanted to go home, before they got to their land, the first thing that they had to do was get some courage. Some of them took courage to jump ship. And some of them, when they arrived on land, sat down and congregated and tried to gather their courage together collectively, trying to figure out what they could do to get out of those horrible conditions. And courage doesn't just stop there. Courage goes all the way into justice, the civil rights movement, and all of that. So the name of this rhythm is called Courage. their courage, the next thing that they had to decide to do was, how was they going to approach this whole freedom thing? Were they going to risk running away? Were they going to collaborate and run away? Who was going to be the leader from slavery into this new world on this land? So we had several leaders, starting with Harriet Tubman. And freedom and courage goes together, and the price that had to be paid for 400 years from each generation after that, it wasn't easy, but they did it. So the freedom runs all the way into the civil rights movement and all the way into what is happening today around the world. You got to think about it. What is it that you want to be free from? The name of this rhythm is called freedom. rhythm, you know, you think about the freedom and the civil rights movement, and one of the civil rights movement songs was Eyes on the Prize. And I'm sure that throughout all of what they were going through, they had to keep their eyes on the prize. And their eyes, the prize was freedom. And they didn't know where it was going to take them. They didn't know what level of freedom it was going to be. Was it going to be from an abusive, horrific chattel slavery freedom to another type of freedom that would include abuse? They didn't know, but they were willing to take that chance. I know the one thing we did right was the day we started to fight. Keep your eyes on the prize, oh Lord. The last rhythm that we're about to perform, it's called Say. And there's a lot of changes that take place, you know, when you're fighting for your freedom, and a lot of things are happening in the process of it. And sometimes you just have to be creative along the way. And this is called Say. the end.